It is Minneapolis. We're watching it. Dante's Boxing Nation. Keep watching. Keep watching.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? First things first, I want to say congratulations to TC, Terrence Crawford. He gets another sensational knockout over Deary John in the 10th round. Deary John had never been knocked out before. He only had one loss on his record, and that was against Lamont Peterson. And that fight was extremely competitive. This fight was just a landslide for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is so gifted that when he switches to southpaw, it's almost as if he's cheating. Because if you guys notice, in the first round of this fight, TC, he starts off orthodox. Now, credit to Deary John, because Deary John is not a pushover. He has some rhythm, he has some slickness, some speed, and he has some technique. In fact, in the first round, he was able to counter Crawford's jab with a right hand. Matter of fact, I believe he did it twice. And once Crawford got hit with the second one, Crawford switched to southpaw, and all of a sudden, soon as he switched to southpaw, he hit Deary John with like 3 jabs in a row. Then he caught him with a left. Then at the end of the round, he knocks him down with a 2-3, a straight left, right hook. So once TC pulled that audible and switched southpaw, it was like John had really no answers throughout the fight. But at the same time, he did catch TC with a couple good shots throughout the fight, actually. Matter of fact, it was a couple exchanges in this fight that could have possibly changed the outcome. You know how you see two fighters throw a punch at the exact same time, and one fighter's punch just gets there just a split second earlier, and that is the difference from him getting knocked out and his opponent being knocked out? Those were the type of exchanges I seen earlier on in this fight. But credit to TC, he didn't allow those shots to land, and he continued to dominate the fight. Now, there is some slight criticism when it comes to TC. He did get caught a couple times, especially later on, in that southpaw stance. He got caught with some clean straight right hands, which at the same time gave us a chance to see what type of chin Crawford has and how he responds or reacts to getting cracked with a perfect shot like that. Because after he got caught with those 2 shots, he jumped right on Deary John, and he almost stopped him in that round. Matter of fact, TC probably would have at least got another knockdown, a standing 8 count, if it wasn't for referee Tony Weeks prematurely stopping the round, because he thought the 10-second warning was the end of the round. So then, of course, TC, he comes back the next round and he continues right where he left off. And he says, you know what? I'm done playing with this man. Let me go ahead and dispose of him. And that's exactly what he did. So it's on to the next one for TC. And we are all hoping that the next one is Manny Pacquiao. Now, some interesting news had been released while we were watching this fight. We found out, at least through Bob Arum, that this is going to be Manny Pacquiao's final fight in April of 2016. Now, and if that's the case, of course, you are really going out with a bang, fighting against the new face of Top Rank and maybe the new face of boxing, Terrence Crawford. Now, and I know Bob Arum, he wants to make this fight real bad right now. He wants to make this fight real bad. Bob Arum wants to make Terrence Crawford the new face of boxing. He literally wants Manny Pacquiao to hand that torch over to Terrence Crawford. And the way he gets that done is by putting Manny Pacquiao in the ring with Terrence Crawford next year. Now, there's no guarantee that Terrence Crawford is going to beat Manny Pacquiao. Matter of fact, that is a very, very competitive fight. Okay, it's a very competitive fight. But one thing that would be, or a couple things that would make that fight so interesting is to see how Manny Pacquiao would deal with another southpaw. Because we all know that Terrence Crawford is going to be switching, and whatever works for him the best is what he'll most likely stick to. But that'll be interesting to see how Pacquiao deals with a slick southpaw, because he's fought slick American fighters before, but he's never fought a slick American southpaw. Okay? Terrence Crawford is going to have the height advantage. He's going to have the reach advantage. He's going to have the youth advantage. But Manny Pacquiao, he has the experience. He has the experience of being underneath the lights. And we don't really know how a fighter is going to react to being on the big stage for the first time. So I look forward to seeing what Manny Pacquiao decides next, because we already know Top Rank wants to fight. We already know Bob wants this fight. This decision is solely up to Manny Pacquiao right now. No one else. It's up to Manny Pacquiao. Like I told you guys before, a fight like this is good for the sport of boxing. Because regardless who wins, if Terrence Crawford wins, a new star is born. If Manny Pacquiao wins, his career is resurrected. And I can almost assure you, he probably wouldn't even retire after that fight. But even if he did, that would be a great way to go out, right? You lose the fight of the century against Floyd Mayweather, who so many fans wanted you to beat. And we know he's still hurting because he lost that fight. But man, if you could beat Terrence Crawford, that's a hell of a consolation prize, right? So I don't know if Manny Pacquiao is going to take this fight. You know, it's funny how you hear the commentators, Max Kellerman and Jim, saying, oh yeah, you know, Terrence Crawford, in order for him to guarantee that fight, get that fight, he's going to have to put on this, you know, impressive performance, etc., etc. No, I think it's the contrary. Manny Pacquiao don't want to see nobody electrifying and looking like a monster in there. He wants to see holes, right? He wants to see chinks in the armor. He don't want to see a flawless, impressive knockout. So I totally disagree with that statement. But we will see what happens. We will definitely see what happens next for Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.